we're talking about a critical subject for every commercial photography business, and that's image licensing. Are you currently leaving money on the table with your work? In fact, many photographers are actively losing income by not understanding this. Are you one of them? In my personal experience, I have often made more money from image licensing than what I charge actually for shooting the job. It's that important. And I'm going to talk about the problem in our industry now, why usage is so important, how to charge for it, and some real-world examples at the end of this video. Okay, this mainly applies to commercial photography. In other words, shooting for businesses and brands, something I've been doing for over 20 years, and I think what some of you may also wish to pursue, where your clients are using your photography to make them money. In general, this does not apply to wedding photography, family portraits, or even professional headshots. Although one can argue that a headshot placed in a LinkedIn profile, for example, can potentially lead to finding employment and thus making money for that person. A bit indirect here, we're more talking about a client directly using a photo for the sole purpose of marketing and advertising to make money. Think e-commerce, like a billboard, a banner ad, a brand social media post, etc. And 2 disclaimers before we continue. Gotta say this and I'll be quick. Number 1, I'm not a lawyer of any kind. I'm a commercial photographer who has been consistently charging image licensing for over 2 decades. While some may call my approaches old school, this isn't about being behind the times. It simply boils down to one fundamental question. Do you want to make more money or not? The insights shared here are based purely on my experience in the industry. And number 2, although I would love to share how much I charge for certain clients, I cannot due to NDA limitations that I've signed. So the best I can offer is this. I can either talk about what brands I've shot for, but without disclosing how much I was paid, or in other cases, I will do the opposite, which is to talk about the money without mentioning any names. This way, my clients are protected, and in turn, so am I, since they won't sue my ass. So the first part is the problem in the current landscape. Unfortunately, a damaging trend is taking hold in the photo industry. We're seeing a vicious cycle emerge where the concept of paying for image usage is becoming increasingly scarce. So what's going on? Let me count the ways. This cycle has 3 parts. Starting with the uninformed new photographers, eager to build a portfolio or simply unaware of industry standards, starts giving away image usage rights or bundling them into a single low upfront fee for commercial clients. They're just happy to get the gig, which leads to client complacency. This, understandably, makes clients complacent. If they've consistently received images with all rights included from multiple photographers, they start to believe that's the industry norm. They stop budgeting for or expecting to pay separate licensing fees, which then leads to industry degradation. When this becomes widespread, it degrades the entire industry, drives down prices, undervalues the work of skilled professionals, and makes it harder for photographers to build sustainable businesses. And thus the cycle keeps spinning, or rather spiraling down. It's a race to the bottom, and nobody wins in the long run. But it doesn't have to be this way. Understanding usage licensing is key to breaking this cycle and valuing your work appropriately. But you may ask, why charge a usage license in the first place? And this is part 2, which I will use a music analogy. I like using music listening because so many people can relate to it. And you can use this analogy when speaking to your potential client who may object to paying usage fees. Okay, so it's very likely you already subscribe to a streaming service like Apple Music or Spotify. When a musician records a song, they get paid for their performance, their time recording in the studio, which is the production. That's like our photography production. Our shoot fee covering our time, equipment, and expertise in creating the images. But also think about how music is distributed. When a song is played on the radio, streamed on Spotify, used in a commercial, or put in a movie, the artist and the record label get paid again. That's in addition to what they got paid for creating the song. That's usage. That's image licensing. Think about your Apple Music or Spotify subscription. You understand that you don't own the songs, right? And are merely licensing the right to listen to them for personal, non-commercial use. You're paying for the right to use that music in a specific way for a specific time because once you stop your subscription, no more access. And this is the exact same principle for photography. You, as the photographer, are the creator and owner of the copyright. When clients want to use your images, they're not buying the copyright, which happens but is rare. They're buying a license, permission to use your photography in a specific way, for a specific purpose, for a specific duration, and in specific locations. Your images aren't just pretty pictures. They're powerful marketing tools for your clients. They generate sales, build brands, and drive engagement. The more value your images bring to the client, the more you should be compensated for that value, not just the time you spent capturing them. Without licensing, you're essentially letting someone stream your music for free on a national ad campaign, while you only got paid for the initial recording. That's leaving significant money on the table and devaluing your entire creative output, which naturally brings us to part number 3, which is how to charge for usage. It comes down to clearly defining the licensing parameters. This isn't about arbitrary numbers. It's about valuing the specific impact of your work. Starting with the length of the term, which is the duration. How long will the clients use the images? Is it for 3 months, 1 year, 5 years, or perpetually? Longer terms typically command higher fees because it limits your ability to license that same image to other parties during that duration. So, for example, a client needing images for a 6-month social media campaign will generally pay less than one needing them for a 5-year website redesign. The second part is geography or territories. Where will the images be used? Locally, regionally, or nationally, or worldwide? The broader the reach, the higher the value. An example would be a small bakery using photos on their local website is much different from a multinational corporation using them in a global ad campaign. Another specification is the media type. This is crucial. How will the images be used? Print ads, brochures, websites, social media, billboards, TV commercials, internal presentations even. Each medium has a different reach and impact, and therefore a different value. If we break down common types, it would be digital, print, and advertising. Digital means websites, social media, email marketing, for example. For print, it's anything that touches paper, which is brochures, magazine ads, posters, packaging. And advertising generally means out of home, which is billboards, TVs, bus shelter ads, for example. I should note that a single image might have multiple usage types, and you can charge independently for each. Next one is exclusivity. Will the client be the only one allowed to use these images, or can you license them to other non-competing clients? Exclusive rights are far more valuable because you're foregoing future income from that one image. Non-exclusive is more common and allows you to license the image repeatedly. So, for example, if a fashion brand wants exclusive rights to a campaign image, they're paying a premium to ensure that no other brand can use the same photo. And the last one I should mention is not exactly a parameter, but it's a consideration. How large is the industry or the client? A large corporation with a multi-million-dollar marketing budget will pay more than a small local nonprofit. So use your common sense for this one. So when you put all of these parameters together, it may look something like this. A non-exclusive license for digital use, which is website and social media only, in Eastern USA, and you have to name all the specific states clearly. For 1 year, this gives the client exactly what they need, and you are compensated fairly for that specific use. So everything we just talked about naturally boils down to this: how much to charge for image licensing. This is the big gray area that I can only summarize that it is an art form in itself to figure out how much usage is worth. Every client is different, Every photo shoot is different. All the parameters are different every time. I've been doing this for so many years, and I can only conclude there is no perfect formula to figure this all out. For me, it's just been practiced over and over again, only to say that now I have a good feeling as I approach every new project. Now, there are tools out there online that can provide some guidance, which I will list in the description below, but please take them with a big grain of salt, as I have found them often hyped up and overinflated in pricing when compared to the specifics of my job in question. So this is a big deal. We need to charge usage one way or another every single time. Here's one real example. I shot a job for a telecom brand many years ago. So in addition to my shooting fee and all the expenses like retouching, my assistants, our meals, rental equipment, I charged a usage fee of $10,000 for 1 year exclusive print and out of home, which are billboards, bus shelter ads, etc. National coverage. So a benefit of licensing is this additional income alone. That's $10,000 extra dollars in my pocket on top of what I charge for my time and creativity shooting the job. So an added bonus to this is when the license expires after 1 year, when the client needs to make a decision whether to keep going with my image or not. So in this case, I remember clearly a year later walking down the street when my phone rang. The client said something like, "Hey, remember that shot we did a year ago? We would like to extend it for another year. How much would that be?" Well, I said $10,000 since our first year was $10,000. So she said, "Okay, let's do it." That's another $10,000 out of thin air. Licensing renewals are common, but you can only charge for renewals if you charge for licensing in the first place. So if you don't do it in the first place, you lose potentially lots of money down the line. Get it? Okay, so let's try one more example, something a bit smaller scale. Sometimes a client may offer you an all-inclusive fee, as in, here's how much money we have, take it or leave it. It's not totally respectful to the photographer, but I understand where they're coming from. They probably already have a fixed budget that they cannot change, so they would not bother asking for an estimate from the photographer. Let's say it's something super cheap like $1,000 for everything. How are you going to find any wiggle room to include a usage fee in there? My answer is still the same. Find a way to show them that you are charging usage. So you may charge $350 for the shooting fee, $200 for the usage, and the rest goes to expenses. I know it's not a lot of money, but at least it shows them that you've charged for the usage fee and retained the negotiating potential for more money down the line when the license expires. Of course, for such a small amount, you can also negotiate a tighter usage package by limiting the length of the term, territories, media types, for example. And I have another video I made a while back about commercial photography pricing in general. I do go more in depth in my upcoming membership community, as well as my one-on-one consultations, so I can address your issues specifically and directly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.